Right, guys. This is our little thing we do after we've done the investigation we put on at the beginning. We have been
I love how you explain what it is now, but we've been doing it for weeks.
Yeah, I know. But we have been at the Dieu Priory at Colville, and we've had some good communication for a while in there, haven't we?
A couple of knockings and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a great little video. There's some great scenic stuff that our band's filmed. Let us know in the comments what you think. Like I say, we have had some good noise. I don't know if you'll pick the noise up on here, but you will hear us. If anybody can explain them, let us know in comments, guys. That's all I'm saying. It's a great video to watch. So, guys, please enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It helps us really. It really does. And we'll see you later. Enjoy the video. Bye-bye for now.
In the silence of the night, shadows creep and crawl. Whispers through the halls, a haunting distant call. These visions, they haunt my every dream. Lost in the shadows, nothing's what it seems.
Just a little message to any paranormal investigators. Take your down with you. Don't leave it to an historical site like this. This is what gives paranormal a bad name. Numpties.
Right, welcome back to the YouTube channel. We are at Dieu Priory tonight, as you can see. This is just one of many little bits of ruin from here. As you can see, it goes all the way down there. It's a massive location. Got Adrian there. So what we'll do before we start the investigation, I'll take a little walk round, tell you a few of the ghost stories that are meant to be seen here, things that we've witnessed, and I think Adrian, we're going to have a walk round with him to do a bit of psychicking. So yeah, we'll start in here. So I think one of the weirdest things that's happened with us personally is we were doing, this is the first time we've done a pre-record here. We usually do live investigations. We was out with, would you class Ellie as a skeptic?
Yes, definitely.
Well, Ellie was stood around here.
She was sat down there, weren't she?
She sat or stood, I don't know.
She was sat.
She was on this in this location, and obviously we were live. The camera was facing this way. We were all that end of the building, and this hole here had a brick in it. I don't know which one it were. It was pretty big.
It was a big one.
I'd probably say it were like that.
Yeah.
And Ella was here, and it come straight out this wall and dropped. Now, bearing in mind that's a really good distance back. It came completely through
We did check for like
Animals or
beetles and spiders, sort of like that.
Yeah, but obviously there was nothing in there, so we can't explain that. That's probably the weirdest thing that's happened here. One of the famous ghosts that's meant to be seen here is the White Lady, according to Wikipedia. But we don't know. Now, a lot of people have seen, I mean, obviously with it being an old priory, monks, nuns, you name it, anything like that, it's been seen. Lots of sounds from horses, anything like that, from talking, footsteps, chanting, is all claimed to have been heard. Lots of shadows, lots of balls of light as well, a bit like phantom lights, I think they're called, corpse lights. They're meant to be seen. They're quite famous here as well, going in and out of the ruin. Come this way. The cameraman don't.
What's this step?
Fall over.
Got push.
There's an old little tunnel up there, and there's reports of a drummer boy being seen and heard in there, obviously playing the drums, like a war sort of march type thing. So there's a little notice board here which gives you a little diagram of the ruins.
We just spent a good 10 minutes working out exactly the positions where the church was. The stones, that corner bit there is what this corner here is here. And then you've got your church, which is literally just on the other side of this wall here.
So it just shows, honestly, how big this place would have been. So roughly where we're standing now, we're roughly around here.
So those bricks over there, these stones here, this is where the steeple bit is, which is over there. They're just freestanding stones just over there. That's where the steeple was.
So all that sort of long bit of land there would have been the...
But quickly show you.
Yeah, it would have been the church.
Pretty much that's what those stones there, just above them is where the steeple would have been, because that's where it's saying it is on there.
So it just shows the sheer size.
So basically all this part was the church.
Yeah. And obviously this bit where we've just been in is the chapter house.
Yeah.
And the kitchens would have been right down in the far end.
In the other end, yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes. Hello. Kind of pause there for a second. Yeah, so we're just following on down the path to find out where we're going. As I think you were talking about drummer boy and stuff like that. As I was stood over there when you was talking about that, I actually did hear drumming noise which came from over there with the woods. I don't know his exact position where they came in, but I think that noise, it was like boom, boom, boom. You can hear
like
it.
a rhythmic.
Yeah. So, but I think when I've been here before in the past, I've always said there's a lot of activity that's going off in this field here, because this is the outer court. So this is naturally this would have been outside, but you can see this bit of. I think there's walls that would have gone at some point, but it must be smaller than it looks. I think because obviously the church is this bit here.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's quite a bit of energy in there. A lot. I think if it's probably monks who are walking around, you'll probably see. Probably there won't be much conversation because it's possibly they're bound to God and they're probably silent. I don't know what that's called. I forgot what it's called now. It's some kind of that they're not allowed to talk.
Yeah, there's a name. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not.
Yeah, but that's the feeling I get, that they're just walking around in the brown robes. And I don't know where the position, obviously, with all this, the road and everything. It's like what. Civilization, I don't think it was built up as it was. It might have been an odd farm, but I think this is just exactly how it was.
I could be wrong, but I'm sure there used to be a moat going around here or something.
Possible, because
can you see
the stream is just there.
Can you see the sort of earthworks, how it's sort of bending across the side? It's something like, or it could have been an old well. It's something. There were a well here.
Yeah.
It could have been down there. I'm not sure.
It's a bit strange how this is like kind of like built up here and then it just drops like that. So it looks like it's more of a platform. So there must be some form of pathway through to the road, maybe in time. I just basically saying, I think I did last time I came. I was picking up a woman. I think she's present still. And I think it was Frances. I think it was Frances, the name. I had to go back on my old video, what we did, to pick it up. But I do think there is still spirits here, and I think they are telling me that if he did some recordings, they will come through tonight. That's what they're saying. They will talk to you.
Can I say something? Okay, just to Adrian down there is, you know where the gap in the old wall?
Yeah.
Right down there.
So I have just, and I swear to God, because I thought, is it my eyes? I've been doing it. No, and I've just seen a black figure walk in front of the wall, but it didn't start at the beginning of the wall. It started about a foot from the gap, walked clearly across the gap, and then disappeared when it got to the other bit.
Yeah.
Disappeared, and it were about as high as the smallest one, the right hand side. The top of it was the height of that.
Yeah.
And it was black, but it looked like, this is going to sound so, because you reckon, I tell you, I don't know if you see anything. It got like mud.
Was it mud?
I would say it looked like a mud. I wouldn't say it. How can I put it? Like a cloak.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
do
Harry
see-
Potter. That bloke out of Harry Potter.
Voldemort.
Yes. So, like a cake, I wore that's what it looked like to me, but it was completely black. It was like, I want to say it was shadow, I said it was like literally black, pitch black, and it walked way across with that, just like a ditch, isn't there? But it weren't on the ditch, it was above it, and I reckon it went about that fast. So it went to slow, like somebody walk. I thought, should we just walk across there? There's nobody there.
Well,
but it was
look,
pitch
sure.
black. So I'm just saying. Well, I've tested it. My eyes.
So, we'll just take you a little bit around here, see what we can pick up. I do feel, I do remember now saying this last time I came down, with the fireplace, I said that somebody's died there, which is more like probably, because obviously with, the heat and stuff, they don't have like health and safety back then. Everything was is what it is. So you imagine big roaring fire, and if anything goes wrong, and it's quite enclosed. But I did pick up a spirit that somebody has died here, and I think we did get something coming through on the speaker that's like somebody.
If I remember right, yeah, we've got something.
I'm sure
didn't we?
we'll say something about that, but yeah, obviously they've kind of reconstructed a little bit on top, because that looks more newer. So that's more Victorian than it does actually medieval, I would say, or prior medieval. But yeah, it's definitely male that I kind of getting that kind of feeling that he's passed away. Probably quite young as well. And oh yeah, that might help. I think it still goes all the way up. I think so far.
Could be bats under here.
No Voldemort under it.
No Voldemort.
No. But I'd say it's quite open and it's still stood. That's quite engineering, that really, because obviously.
And there's like a separate little furnace there as well.
Yeah, that's for making bread.
Like bread, yeah.
Bread making.
I shadow.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything behind that, because I think this is pretty much the ending of it. Yeah, so this is the end of the priory. You can see from
There's a wall down there, isn't there?
wall
And then
there, yeah. I think there's a lake that used to be over there, and then there's a story about a woman in a lake. I think you've told me about.
yeah,
But yeah, I think something that's happened over there. It's kind of ended.
I could sworn. I could have sworn.
Yeah.
There's a well around it. Well, there used to be a well.
It's more likely to be quite close, I think.
Because I mean, like I said, there is that stream down there, so it possibly could be.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
'Cause this
obviously, there's an embankment there, isn't there?
and there's a building there too.
Yeah. So, I wish we could go back and figure out how it used to look.
You just want to go back. You want like a little time machine,
Yeah.
as you do, and then just come back and have a look. Then you've got all your answers are there, then, aren't they?
I mean, there's this place in the kind of like, I don't know, is it the Chronicles? Or I can't remember what they call them now. Not Chronicles. I want to say Doomsday Book. I don't think it'd be on there, will it? This place.
No, Doomsday Book with 1086, I think. So
Was it?
it's
So-
good hundreds of years before.
Before, yeah. I think there's a kind of a thing called Bede. I think he was some kind of monk or something who kind of wrote about things about the monks and stuff, so it might be in there. He did a whole bit about it in those days, because nobody really wrote about it because he wasn't allowed to, but he did. So,
yeah, we were just one of many monasteries to be shut down by Henry VIII.
Yeah, it's a pity, but I guess it's the way it is, and he has the power.
He was the king.
But I don't think there's much more down here. You can't see over there because there's more
It's just all shrubbery, isn't it?
rubbery.
It's a shrubbery.
But if you look back, you can see it's
It's
quite.
It's a big site. It's a huge place. I mean, the camera don't do it justice.
No, you have to be here, and
Now, this lighting with all these like stormy-looking clouds, it's looking quite ominous.
it is.
I don't find it's definitely an evil place. There's nothing nasty
No,
here.
it's with peace, this place, and I think it's always with be. It's just, I think in its hype, it must have been really busy.
Yeah, I'd imagine it would have been. Yeah.
Travellers, and I think it's probably feels like a bit of a community for people, to get away from things and to find a new path in their life.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
impression I get. It has that kind of, it's a step towards something else in life.
Yeah.
To be to the God, or to, if you've come from a bad past, it's somewhere you can go to reborn yourself, and that's the impression I get of the place. It's like a rehabilitation.
There's definitely some kind of strictness
Yes.
feeling to it. I mean,
Well,
obviously,
it's
it
like
would have been quite strict.
It's probably like in the contract. You're here. You're not going anywhere for a long time until you've done your bit.
Your service, almost. Yeah.
Clergy, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it.
To the clergy.
Right guys, we're going to use the robot. These are like a toy. Some people like using them, some people don't like using them. You can get these off paranormal sites such as like the Spirit Shack, etc, etc. We got ours from, you can get them from eBay. We got actually a couple from a charity shop for £15, so you can find them. So they work with a sensor at the top here. It acts on movement. There is different settings. When you put it on the blue, that's the motion sensor.
Let's put it on the.
Yeah, we are going to. Motion sensor. So this will pick up motion in front of it.
There's a dancey one, isn't there?
Yeah, we have tried different things. Does it work on shadows? Like if we walk in front of the light and cast a shadow, does it pick that up? It doesn't. We had this at the Hermitage Cave. Hermitage Cave the other night. It had some really good activity with it. So if a spirit comes up to it and moves away, it will follow the spirit. Or if it keeps going, it will eventually back off and go backwards. So we've never tried it here, so we thought we'd just give it a try.
Give it a whirl.
We'll give it a whirl. So we're going to put it on here and we'll ask out, see if we can get
movements.
We'll face it away from us.
And we'll be nowhere near it to set it off.
If it balances. So like see, our movement, like it will not pick us up, look.
Well, because it's not like.
No, we put the shadow up, see.
It's already moving.
Yeah. If there's any spirit here with us tonight, you see we put a little, you won't know what this is, we cut a toy. It'll play, if you walk in front of it, it will follow you. It won't harm you, but we can detect where you are. So if it moves, we know you're there. We can't see you. This will help us to contact you. Do you think you could move it for us, please? Could you perhaps go to the wall over there I'm pointing to? I'm pointing to my left. Oh, pick something up. Don't ask out, you two.
Yeah. We I picked up a name called Francis. Is that something that associated with you? If it is so, if you want to move the robot to anywhere you want, just to confirm that I'm nearly right with the name. Francis, are you there? Just hear the bang to my left.
I told you I've been hearing them.
And that's just slightly turned that way as well.
I've been hearing bangs. You know when you were down filming down that way, I stood here. And I heard a bang. It sounded like it ripped from inside, like a rock moving, like a boulder.
Yeah.
I said, if you're there, could you do it again, please? It didn't do it straight away. It was about 30, 40 seconds after the sound came again. So I don't know if it's something in the distance that sounds like it's here.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll see. I'm going to ask out about as we get into
Yeah, I mean, spirits, if you're struggling to do what we're asking for you to try and do here, if you could try and let us know that you're there any other way that you can, whichever way you find easiest, then please do. Because we'd love to speak to you.
Could you walk up? Could you walk up to the robot, please, for us? If you walk up to it and move away, it should follow you. Like I say, it's not going to hurt you, it's just like a game. So if you could do that for us, that'd be amazing. Did you hear that bang again?
Yeah.
It sounds like...
You've got to remember that pub's in that direction.
It's there, it's this side.
Just there.
The pub's down in front of us.
Is it?
It's to the... So it's left here.
Well, what's down there then?
No, it's here, in this bit.
Oh, so
That's what it sounds like.
it sounded distant to me.
No, you know what it sounds like? You know, like somebody putting something down, like a bucket or something. You know, like a plastic bucket. You put. That's what it sounds like. This robot is moving, by the way, just going round.
Could you make that noise again? That bang?
That's got a form. Could you make any kind of noise for us to let us know that there is a spirit here, please? Anything at all?
You're a tap then.
Yeah.
What was that?
It rear.
In front, I
Yeah,
can't.
it went.
You know, I
Not
can't hear,
joking.
I'm
But you can agree if it would.
Yeah, I heard that.
just
Yeah, I
here.
thought it was you.
No, it were.
I
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was you.
Or was it on a stone? Was it like this? Like a. That's it. But it sounded like it rear.
Let's get again. Whoever
Spirit,
else.
if whoever's just made that tapping sound, if you could do that again for us, please, that'd be great. Just so we know that it is you that's doing it. Could you make that same sound, please? It's turned all the way around, isn't it, robot?
Towards
That
us.
might pick us up now. That's the trouble.
I'm going back a bit.
I'm getting out of the way before it kills me.
It were a definite tap. It sounded like it were definitely
Could you
down
tap?
there.
Could you tap on? Make that noise, mate. So I've got a copy here.
Could you try and copy this noise, please? Could you do this?
Do you hear it again?
Yeah.
I told you. That's I was getting in there. It said to come out here. So when you were down there, I was stood here because I was watching a bat flying around, and I said, "Oh, can you make that noise again?" It did happen like 30, 40 seconds after I said it.
See if it does it again.
Yeah.
Could you try and
So
do
let's
this?
get on camera so
Yeah.
we know it's not us.
Could you try and do this for me, please? Could you try and
That's picking us
could
up.
you copy this noise? If I can get everybody's. There we are.
Can you shout to us?
I just heard something down.
What was it?
Knock like a.
Yeah, it was more like constant knock, like a couple of knocks, wasn't it?
Yeah, like a.
Yeah. Are you walking around? Where are you? Show yourself.
Could we see you?
I heard whistling then. Could be a bird. But I did hear
No, it was a
whistling.
whistle, that.
Can you copy this whistle for us, please? Is that what you're whistling? That's turned all
Turned all the way around
now.
again.
Could you copy a whistle?
Ooh, that bang.
Yeah. I told you.
I've just heard. It's literally. It sounds like it's on that wall.
Should we go to the wall?
I want to go to that. I told you earlier on.
Have you checked behind that wall?
Yes.
Nobody about.
There's nobody about.
Well, let's get. If we're moving that way, let me get the stuff out of here.
Yeah.
So I don't want to leave anything lying about because it is a. Right, we're going to move across to the wall. We're going to leave the robot there, so we're going to film it. We're going to try and do a continuous shot.
That jumped down.
Yeah. I'm going to leave it there, see if it moves.
See if it follows.
If nothing interacts with it, it should be roughly the same spot.
Mm.
Well, obviously it could
Go anywhere.
anyway. Right, let's go so it don't pick us up.
Nobody around.
Here, over here, Mark.
You can. I don't.
We'll do it this side.
Where is it? It's not fireworks, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
That robot shot right back to grass, by the way.
Yeah.
Right, we'll go check where its position is when we come back. Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Do you hear that tapping?
Yeah.
You hear that tap again?
Could you tap 3 times for us? No.
That here.
No. It's in them trees, isn't it? But you can't get to them trees.
But, right, what is the legend? What people hear?
Yeah,
the drumming.
the drumming, yeah.
Right, boom.
Oh, because that.
Boom.
It sounds a bit
I said
deep.
that, didn't I?
It is like
Yeah.
a deep drum.
Yeah.
Like a... Let's just keep listening.
Listen.
Yeah.
Boom.
I really hope you
And
can hear
it's
that on
from
camera.
here. It seems to be.
It's,
Right, we were in there and it's said to have been in there.
Mm.
Then it here and it's moving us away.
It could just be
But
how we were
if
stood.
anybody can explain that on, if you can hear it picked up on the camera, let us know what you think it could be, because that has moved from the inside to the outside. Are you watching?
Now look at the robot.
Yeah, it's moved. That's moved. So we'll go other side of the wall, do some
So we'll
EVPs.
walk round, I think, and then we'll
Yeah.
come back on ourselves.
I just don't want to leave the
Well,
equipment
if
that
we
much.
go round there, then
Yeah.
we'll see.
So if anybody can explain knocking, if they can hear it on camera, put in the comments. I'm not saying, but I never thought that drum before.
That
It
completely
sounds
slipped.
like a
Like a dum.
yeah, you know, like a drum, but not like I said, not with like a snare on it nowadays.
It's like a big
But
drum.
yeah,
Like a bass drum.
no,
like
not
a
even a
big...
bass drum. When they had the walls, you'll hear them. There used to be like a snare in
with
front of them.
yeah.
But they had nothing. It was just like a skin. So it was like a bit deeper.
Thud.
A deeper thud. That's what, I mean, I'm not saying it is that, but people do hear that. So is that something
There
that...
could be a logical explanation to that, which has made people think it's a drum.
Yes. Right, should we try one here?
Yeah.
We'll just get the wire in and
Sort of see
everything
the
ready.
robot glowing in the distance.
Right, I'll put it on top of here then. I'll face it away front row. So whoever wants to go first, ready?
We're just calling out to any spirits that want to communicate with us. My name's Adrian,
I'm Paul.
I'm Ben.
and we mean you no harm or any disrespect. We're just here just to find out if you're still here, and if you could let us know by just saying your name or anything you want to tell us through the microphone, please.
Could you perhaps make that banging sound that we're hearing?
Could you try and whisper your name for us, please? What should we call you? What's your name?
I'm getting an image in my head that's it just looks like bones.
Bones.
I don't know why. It just showed me bones in a grave. So I think they probably have found
Bones.
that just moved as I was saying bones then.
Yeah.
So there is, I think there's possible graves around here, because obviously if the church is on that side, your graves is probably going to be
Would they have had graves
there.
on her?
on a priory.
Or
Would
do
they
you
be
think?
separate?
Or do you think the bones might have been found whilst they were building this priory? Because the bones could have been from hundreds
It might
and
not
hundreds
have
of
always
years
been
ago.
a priory though.
This is what I mean. Yeah, this is what I mean. It could have been before there were any sort of land here. It could have been,
There's
before.
a thing of where you say it's consummated grounds, I'm guessing, and stuff like that maybe. But, I think anybody of high status who was here would be buried on this site, though. Anybody who's kind of runs things, I would say.
You never know, do
But anyway,
I? Not sure if
I've
this
stirred
works.
it. It's moved again.
it's moving a lot.
Yeah.
And
And that
again.
won't pick us up from here. It only does about 2 or 3 metres. It won't pick us up from here.
You can see
Right.
a few little speckles of light
Yeah.
near it.
Moths.
No,
think?
near the.
Near
You're
the
not going to pick
area.
that up on camera from there.
No, you wanna, no.
Right, here we go. We're
I must before you play. I must say, remind you that if you do see any like floating lights and stuff, there is meant to be like all like flying lights and orbs
Yeah,
and things
spirit
around
lights,
it, like,
aren't they? Or...
corpse candles or something they're called. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, we're ready. So let's hope this works.
And it doesn't.
We'll do it again.
I need a new wire.
Or a build up. There we go.
Calling out to any spirits that want to communicate with us. My name's Adrian,
I'm Paul.
I'm Ben.
and we mean you no harm or any disrespect. We're just here just to kind of find out if you're still here, and if you can let us know by just saying your name or anything you want to tell us through the microphone, please.
Could you perhaps make that banging sound that we're hearing?
Could you try and whisper your name for us, please? What should we call you? What's your name?
Getting an image in the head.
Nothing.
No, I think at the hype of your
What
recordings
I do-
will be down
Yeah,
there.
I want to
think,
go
just
down,
outside.
we'll work our way down this wall,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then I want to go through that gate and put this on the fence
Right.
to see if we could pick up that drumming, that noise. So,
I think to do an EVP in the centre of here,
in the middle.
In the complete
yeah?
middle.
because that's where the open grounds are, so people will become.
Yeah,
will
that's
be
it then. Well, then.
Like a market. Well, not a market,
No,
but like a gathering
gatherings
sort of.
of people talking outside, so you might get like voices from the past. Just literally in the centre, because this is like the courtyard bit. You can see because it's so flat.
Yeah.
Everywhere else is all bubbly.
Bubbly, 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 bubbly.
Anyway, around here, we can just try again.
Not them bubbles.
Yeah.
I'll have to hold it. I'm not putting on a molehill because if a mole's tunneling,
It
you'll
might
hear
grab
it.
and it might
You'll
grab
hear it,
and it
then-
might take your camera. Yeah. Try it. Try it.
Take it.
Try it.
Right, here we go. Right, I'll put it on a molehill then.
Yeah. There's just a
Ready?
stone here. There's a stone trying to put on that.
Yeah,
I'm
put it on
really.
the
I was
stone.
really hoping a little mole would come up and take it. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm putting on start. Ready?
That's gonna fall off. Oh no.
Right, going to start bend this
Yep.
down. Then
Spirits, we'd love for you to come forward and speak with us. Like we mentioned earlier on, my name's Ben,
I'm Paul.
I'm Adrian.
and we'd love to know who you are because we'd love to call you by your name. So if you could come forward and let us know you're there, please, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
I'm to believe that this is the courtyard. So you probably spent a lot of time in this courtyard being attending to the gardens. If you can tell us what kind of things was growing in the courtyard, if it was for medical, let me know.
Could you just make some kind of noise into that little device on the top floor there, just to prove that you are here? Yep. There is, if you can do a rumbling, I think that's actually a plane in clouds. There was like a bit of a rumbling, weren't there? Right. Right, do you want to start Ben this time then?
Spirits, we'd love for you to come forward and speak with us. Like we mentioned earlier on, my name's Ben.
I'm Paul.
I'm Adrian.
And we'd love to know who you are, because we'd love to call you by your name. So if you could come forward and let us know you're there, please, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
I'm to believe that this is the courtyard. So you probably spent a lot of time in this courtyard attending to the gardens. If you can tell us what kind of things was growing in the courtyard, if it was for medical, let me know.
Could you just make some kind of noise into that little device we put on the floor there, just to prove that you are here?
Yep.
Nothing.
Are you picking hotels up?
Apart from that, really.
Because I'm picking. I don't know how to pick things up. Like I said, I've seen that figure over there.
Yeah.
But now I'm sensing this.
What's that? What is that noise? Can I just say?
That buzzing?
Yeah.
We had that last time.
It's probably high voltage supplier.
It could be something from the farm.
I don't know if it's audible on camera or not, but
it could be electric fence because it is wired off. Like it could be electric fence that's buzzing.
must be bloody powerful. It's making that noise.
I'm picking up like a white figure moving about, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's female. I don't know if it's a child.
There is meant to be a white
male.
lady.
I don't know.
There is meant
but
to
that's
be...
what I'm just picking up. I mean, it could be you said a white lady and it's in my head, and I'm just picking it up. I'm just nothing
menace.
I mean, I could quite happily now. If a
Camp
car over there and I can go a footpath,
Yeah.
I could quite happily walk around here by myself and do a little investigation. Not a problem.
because it's a very.
I wouldn't want to walk through them woods myself. That we're going back for in a bit. Can we go through there and see if I can pick that drumming up?
Yeah.
Because that's something I want to pick up.
Do we need to pick up the robot that's below us?
No, it's ready? We're filming. Right, I'm just asking that if it is the drummer boy that's making that banging that we heard earlier on. We don't know if we could pick it up on what's called filming. It's like catching pictures. What we're doing there. Obviously, you might not know what that is. But could you please make that sound again for us, please?
As Paul was saying, we really want you to bang your drum and see if you can help us to discover what you're doing, please.
Come on, start that one again.
Sorry, I don't know what to say.
Bang that drum. Sorry, stuff just makes us laugh. It just silly things in it. Just makes us laugh. Right, already.
Yeah.
I'll start again and then.
Yeah.
So, if it is the drummer boy that's making, I've just seen a light.
It's probably from the car.
No, here.
No.
If you follow this fence down.
Yeah.
To the left.
Yeah.
The trees like a flash. I don't know if the camera facing that way. Might have caught it.
I think you were in way. No, I think you're in the way when it happened.
Oh. Right, so there's a drummer boy that is making that banging that we've heard earlier on. Could you do it again for us, please?
As Paul says, if you want to make some noises for us, and so we can basically pinpoint where you are and where you're basically coming in with the drum.
Or if you could try and make any sound that you possibly can for us, that would be absolutely fantastic. Any sound that you find easiest to do, that would be brilliant.
You see, now while we're over here, I've not heard it.
No.
No.
That's the
quiet.
strangest thing. I've not heard it. Strangest thing. Because if it was something like a machine or something mechanical that's going on, you're hearing it all the time.
And that buzzing's gone now as well. You can't hear it here.
Especially from behind that behind wall. Right, let's have a... I think I've been bit by something.
Yeah, watch it. There's some maybugs around here.
Is it?
Them I got bit by one. It hurt. And I'm covered in tattoos, but that hurt.
Right, we're ready. Ooh. Right, here we go. So, if it is the drummer boy that's making... I've just seen a light. No, here. You know, follow this fence down?
Yeah.
To the left?
Yeah.
The tree's like a flash. I don't know if your camera facing that way. Might have caught it.
I think you were in way. No, I think you're in the way when it happened.
Oh. Right, so this is a drummer boy that is making that bang that we've heard earlier on. Could you just go for us, please?
As if you want to make noise, so we can basically pinpoint where you are and where you're basically coming in with the drum.
Or if you could try and make any sound that you possibly can for us, that would be absolutely fantastic. Any sound that you find easiest to do, that would be brilliant.
No.
But I felt that when I did that, it felt like, I reckon it's that fly. It felt like something just stroked me hand. You know, that stroked your hand, that? That's what it felt like. That's what stroked me hand, that's why I went, what was that?
He'll go up in the morning, he'll stretch and he'll fire a web.
It's not a spider.
No, you don't know.
I think I just caught my hand.
So,
I don't know. So we've got nothing on.
He's been bit by a gnat, so he's going to turn into Gnat Man.
You see the light above the plane going past? Yeah.
No, it was lower. It was lower down.
Right.
You're filming again.
I'm not, I was turning off. It was lower. It was back this height.
Huh?
So he fell the fence down.
How close?
It was in the air, it's edge of trees there. It was there, just like a, you know, like a flash.
Well, here's the path that somebody might have been walking past.
Here,
With
no,
the
it was
dot-
on the path that is here.
Oh, close. Okay.
So it was close, and it wasn't. It was just like flashed.
What
in
colour?
White. Just white light. Pure white light. Could be me. Like I say, it could be eyes. You ain't dark. It could be eyes that's doing it. But
Shall we go back round that way? It might be easier for us to get back in that way.
go back in that. We'll do it. One EVP in there,
Yeah.
and we'll see what's what.
Not been a bad night, is it, so far?
Nice.
It's nice and chill.
It's a great place, this is. Yeah, but it's gone dark and we've got to go back through the haunted woods. That bridge there is horrible, isn't it?
It's a bizarre bridge, yeah.
You've seen something on the bridge. We'll
I
film,
did, yeah,
we'll
I
film the
did.
walk back as well, guys. So we don't know if the robot moved, we don't really know because it's full of her, so that were a failed attempt. But yeah, it's a good place, isn't it? I know there's bats. There is bats flying about.
I've not seen one single bat yet.
Yeah, I have. I've seen a couple while you were down there. No, at dusk.
Hmm.
There were a couple flying about, but I think Ted would come back. Just got over and we'll start.
Oh, yeah.
Here he comes.
Right, here we go then. Are we ready? I'll put on here. Right, 1, 2, 3. Do you want to start, Adrian?
Yep. So this is obviously quite an impressive part of this room. Could you try and tell me what it is, or was this more important prior to everything to do with the Priory?
Can you tell us what this building used to be, please?
Is there anything that you used to do in particular in this part of the building? Could you tell us what that is?
Kids on bikes.
Kids on bikes. Not Stranger Things, is it? Not Goonies.
They can't get a bridge.
Well, the Goonies have arrived.
They just said they're in the ruin.
No, they've got to go that road they have. They can't get through that field. They've got to
the
go all the way round. Right, ready?
Hang on.
There we go. Yeah, go play it.
Yeah, okay.
So this is obviously quite an impressive part of this room. Could you try and tell me what it is, or was this more important prior to everything to do with the Priory?
Yeah, them dogs barking.
Can you tell us what this building used to be, please?
Is there anything that you used to do in particular in this part of the building? Could you tell us what that is?
Oh, that way.
What was that?
Very clear.
That could have been me. So I think I got. So I think that could have been me.
I don't remember hearing that, but then
I
again,
can't remember hearing it. Do I play it again?
Yeah.
Oops. I'm sort of like balancing on two stones here, so.
I don't think it's playing. What's up there?
So this is obviously quite an impressive part of this room. Could you try and tell me what it is, or was this more important prior to everything to do with the Priory?
Can you tell us what this building used to be, please? Coming up in a minute.
Is there anything that you used to do in particular in this part of the building? Could you tell us what that is?
That sounded a bit distant.
Yeah.
I bet the robot wasn't making a noise.
This is it. We don't know.
The robots died.
Like
I
say,
don't
we've got a
remember
lot
hearing
of-
anything though in
We've got a
person.
lot of traffic noise. Dogs barking. You got the robot going there. I don't know. I don't know if that's.
Could have been absolutely anything.
It could be
couldn't it?
absolutely anything. But like I say, I've really enjoyed it. I think what we've got back now, guys,
It's always a good place. It's always a good
great
time
place.
here,
We're
isn't
definitely
it?
going to come back and try more
Different experiments.
What can I say, Adrian picked up on getting something on the voice recorder. Now, you might have heard something we haven't, and if you have, just drop it in the comments.
Yeah, they might sound different over the.
We've got some good tapping noises we're tapping, and it moved out.
Yeah.
I'd like to try the laser pen next time we come down.
Yes, 100%. I've not brought that with me, so I can't try it now. But
into the range.
next time we'll come, we'll try more experiments. We'll thought we'd do some EVPs. Stick with us because we have got a walk through the wood, and it is a very spooky wood. It's
When it's
there is a
dark.
story. When we get to the bridge, we'll tell you the story, and we'll just see if anybody picks up on anything on camera. So, guys, thanks for joining us for this part. Join us for part 2, guys.
And do.
See you later.
Part do. Yeah, well done,
Yeah,
Adrian.
part
Part do.
at the Greece. See you later, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
We're not in Greece. What are you on about?
Greece. It's say grass. Grace.
Great.
Sounded like Greece to me, but yeah, well.
Grease like
There you go. Join us in part do.
Part 2. See you later, guys. Bye bye.